Hey Trojans, welcome back to another episode of InsidEC. My name is Cameron Kermel and I'll be your host for today. First, let's check out what's happening in the gaming world. George and Jameson are here to fill us in on some upcoming video game releases.
Hello everybody, today we'll be talking about the two new games coming out next month, Sonic Superstars and Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Both games seem groundbreaking in their respective series with tons of new features, so we'll be doing a comparison of the two games and point out what each game does. First up are the playable characters. Super Mario Bros. Wonder has a larger roster with 12 playable characters. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Toads, Yoshi, and Nabbit are all playable, but Yoshi and Nabbit are the easy mode of this game. They don't take damage, but can't use items.
Sonic Superstars, while having only 4 playable characters, makes each one unique with their own special abilities. Tails, for example, can fly, Knuckles can glide and climb walls, and Amy has a hammer attack and can double jump. Each one enables different strategies to beat levels and bosses. Wonder, on the other hand, offers little variation between characters besides the Yoshis.
Next up are the new abilities. Wonder has the new badge mechanic, which allows Mario and his comrades to do special moves. A few of them include using a flower grappling hook, having an improved wall jump, having a parachute, and having the ability to turn invisible. Not sure how helpful the invisible one is. You can get badges by completing challenge stages which use them. The only caveat to this feature is that you can only have one per level, but I think if you have multiple badges activated at once it would destroy any shred of level balancing.
Sonic Superstars, on the other hand, adds powers to an already existing Sonic mechanic, the Chaos Emeralds. When you get to the Chaos Emerald in a special stage, you now unlock new powers based on the emerald you collect. Blue gives you the power to summon clones of yourself, Cyan lets you swim with waterfalls, and green clones vines to help you reach high places.
Wonder beats out Superstars in terms of quantity, however, due to the 10 currently known badge powers, and more coming.
Hopefully the smaller amount of powers that Superstars has will allow them to be more prevalent and better implemented in each of the zones.
The last thing we have to talk about are the new multiplayer modes that have been teased in both Super Mario Bros. Wonder and especially Sonic Superstars. Wonder is said to support a 4-player couch co-op mode and an online mode where players can play levels with online ghosts. Players can set up their own checkpoints in both of these modes, which is pretty cool. And they have their own little point system where if you do something nice with other players online, like set up a checkpoint for them or give them an item, it'll give you points that can be seen online.
Superstars, on the other hand, has 4-player co-op through the main game, but also has separate race and battle modes where you can go against your friends. In both battle and race mode, you can customize your own robot avatar to play as. It also has an online multiplayer where you can compete in 8-player matches, and even has a new online ranking system.
Overall, either game could be considered to be the best option for a multiplayer experience, but all that matters is having fun with your friends, and both games are great choices.
No matter which game you choose, Wonder or Superstars, both are undoubtedly shaping up to be great installments in their respective series. Sonic Superstars comes out October 17th,
and Super Mario Bros. Wonder comes out October 20th.
Make sure to pre-order your copy before they come out.
This has been Trojan Gaming, and thanks for watching.
Thanks guys, let's shift gears and talk cinema. Colton is here to give us the rundown on upcoming big screen releases.
Yo, what up EC? My name is Colton Clem, and I'm here to bring you a new topic called Movies This Month. Today we're going to be talking about 3 of the upcoming movies in the month of September 2023. And today, the first movie we're going to be talking about is Saw 10, and it's going to be theatrically releasing on September 29th. Kevin Guchert, who has directed every single Saw movie since the 6th installment of the franchise, with the exception of Spiral, which he was an executive producer on, is going to be bringing us a new sick and twisted look at this series in a way many people haven't seen before. And, you know, he's just got a lot of love for this series because he's worked on literally every single Saw movie since the birth of this series back in 2004, which is almost 20 years old by now, which is crazy, am I right? But it's just, you know, people are just clamoring and clattering and just both disgust and desire to see what this guy has to offer. You know, it's just another puzzle piece in this big jigsaw puzzle we call the Saw franchise. And I'm like, me personally, I love the movie, so I'm just super excited to see what he has to bring. I mean, I've watched him since I was a kid, so just see what's up, you know. See it in theaters, September 29th. Coming at you with number 2, Spy Kids Armageddon, releasing September 22nd exclusively on Netflix. And for the first time since 2011, we will be seeing an entirely new generation of Spy Kids. And it'll also put a lot of other regular kids onto them. So I'm just really excited to see what our main man, Robert Rodriguez, has to offer us with his seat in the directing chair back in action. Go see it if you like goofy, offbeat, kind of weird but in a good way, movies. So keep your eye out for Spy Kids Armageddon, releasing on Netflix September 22nd. Coming at you with the third and final, but definitely not least, of our upcoming movies in September. The Nun 2, which is theatrically releasing on September 8th and will be continuing the story from the first Nun movie, which is a part of a greater cinematic universe known as the Conjuring universe, full of many beloved horror movies that span across the years. But unlike the first movie, this one will not be directed by Corin Hardy. Instead, it will be directed by Michael Shabs, which will be taking over the seat in this killer sequel that is sure to get some screams and devoted audience members back into the theaters. And they've been craving this movie since the first release of The Nun, which came back out all the way in 2018. Crazy to think how long ago that was. So when The Nun comes for you, run to theaters.
Thanks for keeping us in the loop, Colton. Next up, we're hitting the field with Emmett and Evan for Next Week in Sports.
Welcome to Trojan Sports. I'm Evan Trent.
I'm Evan Wynn.
We're here to talk about the upcoming games this weekend. The first game of the week is number 12 Oklahoma versus number 3 Texas in the Red River Showdown. This game is always highly anticipated every year, and it's even more because it's two of the best teams in college football this season. The Longhorns lead the rivalry 63-50, and they are favored to win this one by 10. The Longhorns duo between Quinn Ewers, the starting quarterback, and Jonathan Brooks makes the Longhorn feel unstoppable. Quinn Ewers has thrown for 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 1 interception through 4 games, and Jonathan Brooks ran for 597 yards and 5 touchdowns. The Oklahoma quarterback has thrown for 1,593 yards and 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And this game is set to be on ABC at 12 o'clock Eastern.
And then for the other game this week, we have number 11 Alabama headed to Texas A&M. Alabama is led by Jalen Milroe, who has 838 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He was benched earlier this year. Now they brought him back in. And Texas A&M is now led by Max Johnson due to their starter Connor Wigman being out for the rest of the season. And then rushing, Alabama is led by Jason McClellan with 67 carries, 326 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Texas A&M is led by Levon Moss with 46 carries, 276 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Who do you got winning the game?
For Texas Oklahoma, I got Texas winning by 3. And then for Texas A&M Alabama, I'm taking Texas A&M because Texas A&M is at home.
So I have Alabama winning by at least 10, and I have Texas winning by 14. And the NFL game this week is the Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers. The 49ers squeaked it out last year in the playoffs, 23-17. The Cowboys looking for revenge with a new and improved defense, with the addition of Stephon Gilmore, who is an amazing DB, 8-time All-Pro. And the 49ers offense is just as good as it was last year, but this time Chris McCaffrey is already rolling with almost 500 yards and 6 touchdowns through 4 games.
And then for the other game this week, we got the Jags and Bills over in London at 9:30 a.m. Jacksonville played in London last week, ended up beating Atlanta. Buffalo coming off a win there last week against Miami in a highly anticipated game. I think Buffalo is led by Josh Allen with 1,048 yards, 9 touchdowns, 4 picks, and Jacksonville is led by Trevor Lawrence with 943 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. I do think in this game Jacksonville could have a slight edge because they've already been there for a week, but the time change, I think Jacksonville could get this one.
Yeah, I think I have Jacksonville winning this one too. I'm going to win by at least 3, and then I have the 49ers squeaking out a victory with 3 as well.
I have the 49ers here as well.
All right, this is Trojan Sports. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Thanks, guys, for keeping us up to date. That wraps up this episode of InsidEC. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all next time.